Welcome to episode 34. What will go down in history as a historic episode because it is the final episode of Paypigs. That's right.
And the first episode filmed in a divorced dad's apartment.
It's always been that. We're on a folding table because the credit card repo guys took the dining room table. There's nothing left in
they
here.
Took everything.
But we do. Also, apologies for I just got back from China yesterday, so I'm a little jet lagged. But we have some big announcements to make.
Huge announcements.
They're
and this
so
is
big.
Not a joke.
This isn't a joke. So yeah, Paypigs. Then we tricked you a little bit. Paypigs is over. Yeah, we're not calling it that anymore.
Because we're going to change the name.
We're changing it to 1, 2, 3. The Ben and Emil Show.
It's just going to be easier for everybody.
Just easier.
We've heard all the complaints. We've seen it ourselves. You try to search for us on Instagram, and it warns you that if you proceed, you're going to see nasty stuff or whatever. And they're like, "Are you sure you really want to search for this podcast?" And we heard about all the Reddit stuff where, if you want to get on there and have a fun time with your friends on Reddit, but you're getting ladies asking you to send them money and call you names and stuff like that. So we don't want that happening to anybody.
No, we don't.
And it's just easier for everybody. It's the Ben and Emil Show. You know what you're getting.
Yeah, so we're changing our name.
Also, we heard you don't want to wear merch that says Paypigs on it, and that's a completely reasonable thing to not want to do.
I think you're a bunch of sissies for that one. But speaking of merch, we're launching merch.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Well, but that's so a couple things. New show name.
Same show.
Ben and Emil Show.
But we're making it easier.
Number 2, obviously, as you can tell, this is approaching one of the, if not the final time we are recording.
It's the last time.
It's the last time we're recording here. And we haven't found anywhere permanent yet, but we are looking for different places. So it'll probably be fun for y'all for the next few weeks. We're just going to be hopping around. Maybe we'll find a place that we like and stick around.
Different studios.
Yeah, we're going to be trying out different. We're like Cinderella.
Cinderella.
No, the porridge woman, the one who
the three bears.
Yeah.
Goldilocks.
We're looking for that just right flavor. But so then the other thing is we are waving goodbye to Patreon.
This is the most exciting part. And a lot of you guys might be familiar with kind of what we're doing because it's a very similar platform to the way TMG had it set up with their bonus content and where their stuff lived. We are creating our own website. It's called benandemilshow.com. We even bought benandemil.com in case it's confusing for you. You can use either one. We'll put the links everywhere. We're going to blast it out on socials. You'll be able to click it. Also, if you're worried, oh my God, I'm a Patreon subscriber, now I have to buy a new thing. Well, we're giving it to everybody free for the first month, so you can just join over without any worries. But the reason we're doing it too, we're leveling up. We're not just doing it for no reason.
That's right.
We are very sick and tired of a lot of the... we've never done this before, and so we weren't aware of a lot of the limitations we were going to hit with a lot of these platforms. Right now, I don't want to shit all over Patreon, but right now, Patreon does not have a workable video platform, which is crazy.
We got everybody's complaints.
Right. We tried it one time because we wanted to play something that had copyright protections on it, and YouTube would not let us. Because, right now we have to upload bonus things to YouTube and then embed them into Patreon. YouTube still hits us on all the copyright stuff and does not let us play certain things. And
then Patreon's video player, when we try to upload straight to it,
does not work.
Apparently sucks, according to many people. So we're moving over for those reasons. It's a better experience for everybody out there. And then also, like I said,
there's going to be more of a community aspect here. Because we're embedding the YouTube video into the Patreon, it means that we're having a lot of people comment in two different places. People are going to the YouTube video itself and commenting. People are commenting on Patreon. We want it to be more of just a fun thing for our fans. Also, we were only able to have our one weird Paypigs account that we could reply from. You guys didn't know who it was coming from. And now we, each of us, including Dylan, will have a little profile on the new platform where we can interact with the audience and stuff. It's just going to be way more fun for everybody. We're very excited to level up with this thing.
And also all of our so like we said, you go and sign up, you get the first month for free. So if you're an existing Patreon member, you're totally fine. And if you've been sitting with your thumb up your butt, wondering if it's worth it, well, you can go on there and check it out because we have uploaded all of our bonus episodes from the last 33 weeks up there. So you can go check them out for free.
Yeah, bonus episodes plus the Q&A episodes.
Yep.
Plus all kinds of shit.
Also, like we said, one of the big reasons why we're doing this is it makes it way easier to do merch. So if you go on there, we're going to be rolling out more shit. But for right now, you can get some stuff. Go look. Check it out.
They're pretty great. We got 2 hats for sale. We've got a loser consumer hat and a baby girl hat, and they're very sick.
I can't wear hats because my head's too big.
I can, and I'm going to be wearing both, and I'm very
good for
stoked.
you. Also, the biggest, my favorite thing is the new show that we're going to be launching called the Meatball Special.
Oh God!
With our good friend Phil. And
Phil Matarese.
Yeah, another reason to move over to the website from Patreon. So we're still gonna, as long as there are still people on Patreon, we're still gonna be posting there, but not any of the new, not like Meatball Special. We're not gonna be posting it there. You're just gonna get what's existing until everybody moves. Yeah,
everything we previously offered will still be uploaded to Patreon, but anything new is gonna go onto our new site because it's just a much better experience. Also, important to note, it's the same price except you get a month free. But yeah, so anything for this new show, the Meatball Special, that's going to be a monthly special with me, Ben, and Phil. All that bonus content's going to live on benandemilshow.com. So you're going to head over for that kind of stuff.
I can't stop nodding my head.
It's going to be incredible.
Also, do me a fucking huge favor and turn on the notification bell. Hit that notification bell here on YouTube so that you get an actual notification when we post. So that just about wraps it up. Go to Ben and Emil Show. Is it the Ben and Emil Show?
No, it's just benandemilshow.com. Why does he not know the link? You know what I mean? That's a question we're all wondering.
Well, and for today's bonus episode, if you go, this will be the first bonus episode that we're posting on there, right?
That's a huge thing. Yeah. Like, so right now, today, the bonus content is there. And if you are a Patreon subscriber and you have not moved over, you will be getting a slightly different bonus video because YouTube doesn't allow us to do the things we want to do. And over on our new site, Ben's got a freaking song picked out.
Oh man, people love that.
We're gonna get back to opening the bonus episodes with songs
the damn
again.
Tune.
And but if you're a Patreon guy, you're not going to be able to.
Also, I'm going to be talking about my China trip in the bonus. So
all
the more reason to go sign up. I'm going to do funny accents, everything.
Well,
and
on the new site, we can do whatever we want.
Yeah, we can.
He might be.
Last but not least, go check out my Taco Bell taste test video on the YouTube. And for the audio listener out there, hey, how you doing? We did if you liked the Christmas acid video, we did something similar. It's or at least in the same kind of tone vein.
Oh, it's great.
It's called the Taco Bell taste test video. I lost my mind, so it's on there. All right, that's enough. You guys get it. Water. Okay, he water. There he goes, folks. Wow, look at him go. Divorced dad grabbing his water.
They took everything.
So the new Apple Vision Pro is out, and I'm already fucking. I got to rant a little bit here.
You're gonna rant?
We didn't get to cover this last week like I wanted to because I forgot. But
what, the Vision Pro?
No.
Oh.
Well, I'm gonna get to that. But Twitter has just become. It's become unusable. In the sense that I see it used to be fun when people would make a joke and then everybody would kind of make their own iteration of the joke, right? It would meme on each other and stuff.
Like the handshake meme, the one I explained to you that you didn't really care for.
Sure. The Arnold Schwarzenegger one with Carl Weathers?
No. It's something.
Oh, yeah. The emojis. Something. Yeah. Well, now it's just, I don't know if it's because things happen a lot quicker, but now I'll see the same video posted a dozen times from a bunch of different Twitter accounts, and then I'll see it on several different subreddits. So, like, for example, with the Apple Vision Pro, there's some guy like crossing the street wearing one, and immediately I'm seeing like people quote retweeting it saying, "We are so screwed. Oh my God. Oh, he's just asking to be robbed." Just everybody, like, it just.
I don't think that's
And then on Reddit,
That
it's
feels
on a dozen different subreddits. Everybody's just click farming one another. Everybody's just trying to. It just feels like there's nothing fewer and fewer.
People did that before the Elon Musk takeover?
Yeah, but
it
feels like the Elon Musk algorithm is a lot smaller and a lot more condensed to just.
Definitely, I would say the diversity of tweets is definitely worse.
It's now just all I've seen the last few days is the same 3 or 4 takes on the Apple Vision Pro, and like the same. I saw one where a guy was, I can see a mile. Fuck, I can't even speak English.
You can see a mile.
I can see the punchline a mile away. This guy was talking about like, oh man, I'm loving my Apple Vision Pro. Here, let me show you guys what it looks like. And he takes it off, and I'm like, it's gonna be some kind of he either left the porn on or something, and he sets it down and then films it, and it's surrounded by used tissues. Like he's been using it to jerk off. And I'm like, okay, awesome. Okay, here come all the same takes, and there's guys wearing it while driving their Teslas and stuff. Like, okay, awesome. Here comes the same. Can't
those
wait
aren't
to
even takes. That's just insane.
It's just a fuck, but they're fake. That's the other thing, is they're all staged.
No, I'm pretty sure one of them ended with like a guy getting pulled over by the cops and stuff.
That is probably authentic, but I mean, they're all being set up. It's not like someone's randomly just like, whoa, that guy's driving his Tesla with the Apple Vision on. No.
Sure,
his buddy's next to him going, oh, this is going to go viral.
Sure. But it's actually happening.
Sure. I'm on curmudgeon mode, man. I'm just on curmudgeon mode. I'm sick of these fucking people. I just wish.
I mean, I think this deserves it. It's
what?
Just the Apple Pro coming out, the Apple Vision Pro coming out is like a wild.
Yeah, it's also funny because for anyone who's had the Facebook Quest, Dylan and I both have it. None of this
is
Meta Quest. Thank you. None of this is new. But none of it is new.
I think it is new. So did you watch anyone's outside of like the Twitter shit? Did you watch anyone's like actual reviews of it and stuff?
Yeah, I saw Casey Neistat's, which
I think was great, and he also shouts out. Before I even saw that, I don't know how you say his name, Marquez Brownlee.
Yeah, you got it.
I saw his because he just does a very straightforward, like, here's what the thing is like, shows you exactly how it works. It's very interesting. Casey Neistat does like him out in the real world wearing this fucking thing. And it's a bit of a gimmick, and he admits it. He's like, I thought it would be funny walking around New York City with this thing, but it did like, he's like, this is kind of the future of computing. And like he says, the Apple Vision Pro is really bad. It's like not, and this is the worst it'll ever be. But as they keep going, this thing is going to be so easy to wear, and your computing is going to just be like integrated into your everyday life. Ben is so mad at me.
No, I'm not mad at you. I just can't. It feels like the things from dystopian sci-fi novels and movies about this is just further isolating ourselves from one another, and it's just bad. And yet companies are like, ooh, let's make the bad thing from this. And I don't mean to sound like a decelerationist fucking what are those people, the Luddite? I don't mean to sound like a Luddite, but also at the same time, there's something that fundamentally bums me out about this, because it's just another thing. But that's not to say that maybe in the future versions it'll truly feel seamless, and it'll be, but you won't feel shut off.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I think there's like two distinct camps, and like everyone seems to fall into one of them. It's like there are people like Casey Neistat who, and Marquez Brownlee, and tech people who, like, I think Casey Neistat said, he's like, as like a tech kid, this is the thing I've been waiting for and hoping for, and we're getting there. And there are people who are very optimistic about this and think it's like so fucking cool. And I'm obviously like very skeptical, but it seems like pretty much everyone who's used it, because there's a lot of people dunking on it. They take the FaceTime little avatars it makes, and they're like, it looks pretty goofy.
Yeah.
But pretty much everyone I've read about using it is like, this thing fucking kicks ass.
Yeah, so and that's how I felt with the Quest.
But then there's the other people who are like, this is so disturbing. This entire, I'm sure you've seen the tweets of the dad wearing the goggles.
No.
Here, let me send it to you.
Wow, one tweet take that I haven't seen.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ, you're complaining that you don't see all the ones you fucking...
Well, while you're pulling that up, I will say that there is a known... there used to be a word, or maybe it was just a phrase for it, but it was called like shelving or something. But I experienced it where you get the Quest and you put it on and you play with it for several hours, if not several days, maybe several weeks, and you're like, this is life-changing, game-changing, this is so fucking cool. And then one day you just put it away and you never take it out again. But that's also because, I mean, the big difference, iOS. With the Quest, I don't have access to my email and my text messages and all. I mean, I'm sure you can set it up.
But not only that, they also are like very specifically, they don't want to call it VR or AR or whatever. It's like this mixed reality thing where...
Spatial computing.
Yeah, and it's all
just
interacting
branding
with your environment. But it's not. It does feel distinctly different than...
Yeah.
I sent you the tweet.
Okay, so for the audio listener, it's a guy. He's got to... Yeah, I mean, this already feels like, I don't know. It says dad mode.
Is anything real to you? How is this not real?
I don't know. Well, I got to read it. Dad mode. Already found a great application of the Vision Pro. Watching Avatar, The Way of Water, while my daughter sleeps on me. I eventually adjusted the angle of the virtual screen so that I could easily recline and rest my head/neck. This feels like one of the premium experiences you'd expect from a $3,500 headset. I mean, this isn't that dystopian to me.
I think it is.
Well, the kid is asleep. It's just the same as sitting there watching a TV, except he's wearing it on his head.
But it's not. You're in this different... I don't know. I was shocked. Like, even, you know that Buco Capital guy who always shows up? He's just like a fucking like finance meme guy. It was weird to see him retweeted and be like, this makes me so profoundly sad. These were the most simple yet beautiful moments to me. Not one to push back on technological process, but there's a real part of me that hopes VR/spatial computing never reaches mainstream adoption. In my humble opinion, we would be a worse society for it. Yeah. And there's another guy, I'm not a Luddite or anything, but seeing shit like this is so depressing. Those tiny, quiet moments with your kid are so beautiful and just about the closest you can get to another human being. You got to savor that time, man. It's just like...
It's true, and I agree with them, but at the same time, you having your kid sleeping on your chest or with one arm, the guy could just as well be on his cell phone or watching TV. It's not unique to the Apple Vision. It is in that it's hands-free.
It's hands-free. It's
and
also
it just
like
looks fucking
immersing you in a way that you're not. It's got spatial audio. It's all this fucking It's just a way different.
So one question I have is, and one thing that people have been asking is, when AirPods first came out, I honestly can't remember at this point, but some people were saying that people made fun of AirPods in exactly the same way. They were saying like, "Oh, you're going to really walk around with these fucking things in your ear and look like a total clown?" And then
they were Bluetooth headphones.
Yeah.
That was I don't think that's accurate.
I also agreed. I'm like, I don't know if that's if I kind of thought that they were silly. I think only in the sense that like, oh wow, you've got these things that could just fall out and disappear.
I thought they were silly and that they were like very expensive, and I was like, I'll just use corded headphones until the price comes down.
Yeah, I got some authentic counterfeit AirPod Pros at the counterfeit mall in China, which I'll talk about in the bonus episode. Holy shit, man.
Which is no longer at patreon.com/paypigspod.
That's true. Yeah, I don't even know what Paypigs Pod is anymore. Yeah. I mean, this is the Ben and Emil show. I don't know what he's talking about. Fucking psycho.
But I mean, did you see the guy? He's going to get so pissed.
No, go ahead. Did I see what?
The guy on the subway?
Yeah. Oh, that guy just going like this? Oh, man, that's man, what's going on?
But I don't... we seem to have like very different experiences with interacting with Twitter around this subject, because like people aren't going like, oh no, what's going on? Like the things I've seen about that were like people being like, this sucks. It's going to completely change the way everyone feels awful and like always connected and all of these things is like, it's only going to get fucking worse. And when people are like, when it becomes better and smaller and more accessible and all these things, it's like, you're never going to fucking log off. It's like, just sit on the fucking subway and do more work because it's that fucking easy.
That's a good point.
Your spreadsheets are right in front of you.
And the flip side to that, because you could make that argument about the internet generally, that it has made us, you're always on, you're never disconnected. you're always expected to be responding to things, etc. The flip side of that is obviously all of the great benefits, not only to us as individuals, but collectively, that the boon we get from the internet. There's probably something to be said for this.
What is the boon we get?
We don't know. For this or for the internet?
Either.
Fucking heaps of entertainment, man.
I don't know if that's a boon.
Come on. So what?
Someone like tweeted like, my only real political opinion is that that I genuinely believe we should turn off the internet and it would solve so many of our problems.
That is a good point.
And I was like, I think maybe he's right.
Yeah. Someone I know who her husband made a clearly fake photo of two like Chinese babies like posing with a live crab.
Yeah.
And it won like a Facebook.
But the crab does not look real.
It looks, and then the kid has like 6 toes. It got like 2 million likes, and people are saying, "Wow, what a great photo!" all over Facebook. And it's just like, Jesus Christ. But those people will die off because we know who they are.
Right, but all of this stuff is like, we are not dying off. Knock on shit. There's no more wood left in here.
You're sitting on wood.
Shit?
Yeah, knock on shit. No, you're sitting on wood, pal. There you go.
And it feels like we're gonna. All this stuff is just gonna be. I don't know. Are there like I'm very curious if we're gonna hit a point where people are gonna start like opting out. Because this is.
They already are, but just in very small numbers.
But like, I do think this is a weird turning point for people where it's like, I don't know if that's the future of computing. I don't know if everyone's going to want to be like, sure, I'll
compute on the toilet.
I'll log in and be constantly wearing my Office, and
it'll probably eventually in 5-10 years be reduced to the size of a contact lens or just regular old glasses.
For sure.
So that you won't even. Yeah.
And I mean, I feel like a silly, remember when I tried the Apple Watch and I was like, this is going to make me less connected. I thought getting an Apple Watch with the fucking cell service on it would be good. This way I could leave the house without my phone. All it did was I took my phone with me. It just made me check my phone more because I would see fucking notifications as soon as they came in.
I still it makes me think back to
and now
when.
You're just going to live in your phone.
Yeah.
Your phone's going to live in your fucking head.
I think back to when we had dial-up internet and my friend Patrick got DSL internet. And the way that you connected to the internet back then, you logged onto AOL and it had like 8 steps. It would say step 1, like connecting,
right.
Step 2, and you would actually hear this sound. It sounded like a fax machine. It was just these random, all these weird sounds.
Your dad would be like, I'm trying to make a fucking call.
And it took a good 90 seconds for it to connect. And then it like had to go in and do all these steps. And that was all I knew at the time, was this is how you connect to the internet. But my friend Patrick got it and he goes, no, it's just, it just goes straight on. There's no like connecting steps. And I couldn't understand that. I was like, I don't understand. You have to connect though. And he said, no, you don't get it. It's just always on. It's just always connected. You're just turning on AOL and the connection, it's just ready to go.
It's like your annoying improv friend.
Sure.
They're always on.
So yes, and the same thing can be said about this, where it's like, in as much as I couldn't comprehend that very simple thing that then became just the baseline normal, I think that there's something similar to be said here, where it's like, oh, the next iteration of it is going to be something that we can't fully, it's like a 4th dimension or something.
I mean,
and I hope it's good. I mean, because obviously if Apple is doing it, it means that they are fully like, no, they're the ones who dictate the next big thing. And this is clearly, unless it's another flop, a very rare thing that has not happened for them in ages. Name one thing that's flopped. The Newton. And that was when they were introducing the iPad, but way too early.
Well, let's look it up. Biggest
HomePod.
Apple flops.
HomePod?
Yeah, the HomePod did flop.
Yeah, but that's not like a new thing. And they still sell it.
Yeah, they were kind of trying to compete with the Alexa and no one wanted it.
Siri's just not, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Siri sucks. Oh, well, so...
Oof, the 20th anniversary Mac, but yeah, that's just... Macintosh TV.
What's funny is when they first came out with the color iMacs, I thought that just looks cheap. That looks like a gimmick.
And
I'll
then they
stick
were
with my
everywhere.
Sony PC. Thank you very much.
Oh, a Vio? Did you have a Vio?
I had a Vio.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Oh man. Oh god.
Dude, they tried to make a fucking
Gaming device.
The Apple Pippin.
I wonder if they had to talk to Scotty about that. Scotty Pippin. I guess Apple Music. Yeah, the Newton. Yeah.
All right.
Well, so speaking of Siri, I guess they're Tim Cook and Apple. So Apple reported earnings last week, and they were back to growth on the revenue side, but they actually had a 13% hit in China. And let me tell you, now that I'm a full-on expert in all things Chinese, well, I'm going to be talking a lot about that. But I learned a lot in the short time that I was there, and also my friend is extremely Chinese and has told me a lot of things.
Extremely Chinese,
but
TM. What qualifies someone as extremely Chinese?
He's fucking.
We'll tell you in the bonus.
He speaks fluent Mandarin.
Oh, that is extremely Chinese.
Yeah, and he lives there. He has dual citizenship.
Extremely Chinese.
Yeah, and he's got his family's all Chinese.
Oh,
and,
that's extremely Chinese.
But Apple had a 13% decline in China as they are getting more competition from Huawei, and I think that a big part of that is in that China is going through this economic slump right now. Like it's their 2008 right now. Their 2008, 2009. Oof. There's a lot of...
Are your parents fighting China?
Yeah, sure. There's a lot of budding nationalism so there was this one dinner I went to. It got very emotional for these Chinese people. I didn't understand a word of it until my friend was translating. But they were basically talking about...
it's our 2008.
They were basically saying I love this country so much. We got to band together. We got to, work, blah, 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 blah.
Wow, that is not what happened in our 2008.
And I think, not at all. And I think there's a connection between that and getting gung-ho behind China and Chinese made products. And America's given us nothing but the cold shoulder. So that's just my own guess.
That makes sense. But even all of our products are Chinese made.
Huh? Yeah. No, that's true. But they're not Chinese companies.
Yeah.
But, and everybody has a Huawei phone,
but
cool? By default, they're very cool.
I've never seen one.
They're very cool. They're made of ceramic. They're super cool. They look like an Android phone.
Okay.
But then most people have...
Is that what the operating system is?
It's their own... It's like a China operating... They don't have Android. Okay. It's their own unique thing.
Oh, that makes sense.
And then a lot of people have their Huawei phone and then their iPhone.
Why?
For getting onto fucking, I don't know, I don't remember, Western internet to have their VPN.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people that frequent other countries also have their iPhone, but yeah. So not only that, but Tim Apple said that they're going to have an AI announcement later this year. So maybe that means Siri can finally answer a question instead of fucking saying, I found this for you on the internet, fucking bitch.
Yeah. It's like playing fetch with a dog and you throw a tennis ball and it comes back with a bone.
Hey Siri, what does this mean? I found this on the internet for blah, blah, blah. The whole point of me asking you is for you to tell me, not for me to go pick up my phone. You Googled it for me and couldn't even fucking read it. Cocksucker, stupid fuck. Speaking of announcements, did you see the PayPal CEO? With his, we have an announcement that's going to shock the world.
What was it?
Let me pull it up here. So, a couple weeks ago.
Also, let us know in the comments how you feel about the Apple
let us
Vision
know.
Pro. Let us know which camp you're in.
So
if you're going to opt out.
On January 25th, the CEO of PayPal said, "We will shock the world." A few days before that, and then on January 25th. The thing that shocked the world that they released a couple AI tools and the possibility to earn money on transactions.
PayPal.
I don't know. And then 5 days later, they fired 9% of their employees. So they certainly shocked the world. What a fucking douchebag CEO. Okay. And then...
That's what I don't get. We've talked about this before. There's obviously clear examples where integrating AI can be very helpful.
Oh, yeah.
I just cannot stand the CEOs being just tell them we're integrating AI.
I can't. I think I had one with either a credit card company or an airline where I did exactly what I needed to get done exclusively with the robot, and it actually worked well. It was like, what are you trying to do? And I said, change a flight. Okay. Are you calling about this flight? And I'm like, yes. Would you like to change the time or the date? And I was like, the time. Okay, these times are available. Okay. And then I did it, and it was like, is that all? And I'm like, yeah. It felt good.
You know what they probably won't let you do is
I felt bad for the robot.
Is cancel. I tried to cancel I tried to use a chatbot to cancel the internet here.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, we do not allow that. I had to call because they want to give you the sales pitch.
I called Verizon, and I got I negotiated. That's the thing about these companies, man.
What's the thing?
You can call them and you can say, hey, I don't want to pay that anymore. There's competition out there. I'm going to switch to Ryan Reynolds' Mint Mobile. And then they'll go, oh God, please don't. I swear to God, please. I have a family. And you say, well, fucking bargain with me, bitch. And then you bargain with them, and then you win.
They gave you a lower price.
They gave me a lower price.
What are you paying per month?
I talked Verizon down to like, I think $75 a month from like $105.
Damn, you were paying a fucking lot.
Yeah, I know. That's the other fucked up thing is I think every year they just like raise it on you, like rent. They're just like, oh yeah. Hey, well, we sent you a notice.
Verizon, and I don't pay that much.
How much do you pay? But do you have unlimited data?
Yeah.
Fuck you. How much do you pay?
And I get like free talking text in Canada and Mexico.
Oh, cool.
It is cool.
Yeah. I mean, I'm never going to Canada or Mexico.
We very well might go to Toronto.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But then I have the $10 unlimited data per month travel plan. This shit's fucking boring. Let's talk about the tech CEOs. They got trotted out and spanked.
It's not even fucking... I thought it was...
You thought what?
Twitter like lit up like Mark Zuckerberg forced to apologize or whatever. And none of these people... If anyone looked stupid, the fucking senators looked so fucking stupid.
Well, for those who don't know, it's this...
the Senate Judiciary Committee.
Yeah, in the room probably where the two gay guys had sex.
Probably.
Because that's where they had sex.
Some tech CEOs were sitting right where some gay guys had sex.
Fuck yeah. We love that.
We do love that.
If that's not what America's about, I don't know what is. Right?
That is exactly what America's about.
Yeah, the freedom to
have sex on the Senate floor.
Yeah, but then the worst thing that happens is they just get fucking fired like anybody would. That's equality, baby.
We did it.
So I look over at Dylan, he's got kind of a So the Senate Judiciary Committee. Oh, I have in my notes here in parentheses gay sex.
Oh, good. He hit that note.
The senators grilled the executives from Meta, X,
TikTok,
Discord, TikTok, Snapchat.
You know who notably absent?
The Discord? No, Elon Musk.
YouTube.
Oh, YouTube. Oh.
Because that's the thing. They want to haul in all these people who teens are using their platforms, and I just looked over at you, and his fucking belt is always unbuckled.
Oh, I thought you were gonna talk about my nipples being always hard, because that is true.
But YouTube is like far and away the platform that the most teens use, even above TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
But they were not there.
That is interesting. Well, so they're questioning these executives about their neglecting to protect children from exploitation. And the ones who got it worse were Mark Zuckerberg and the CEO of TikTok, who they still insist is like a Chinese spy, even though he's born in Singapore, lives in Singapore.
Oh, dude.
It's really funny.
Who was it? Tom Cotton? Just fucking...
I don't know. I fucking hate that guy.
Over and over again. Like, have you ever worked for the CCP? He's just like, no. I'm Singaporean.
How can I trust you? You lived in Beijing
for
like 5 years.
Associated with them.
Yeah.
And he like tries to, we could probably play the clip. He tries to like weirdly get him, and he asks him about, the fucking...
Fight dance?
No, Tiananmen Square.
Oh.
And he's like, what happened at Tiananmen Square? And he's like, a massacre?
Okay, sure.
That's the whole thing was like the most embarrassing.
Yeah.
But that's so TikTok or Twitter was like, Mark Zuckerberg is forced to apologize to the families of of people who had teens who killed themselves or whatever, and
well, not only that, but who have been exploited. Yeah,
right.
so
I think it was Josh Hawley.
Yeah,
and he's like, they're here right now. Oh,
here's the clip.
play it.
And I gotta say, Mark Zuckerberg's looking fucking hot.
Also, like, very confident. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
It was just a few years ago, AOC was trying to ask him questions, and he was like, well, congressperson.
That's what, man, him working out, it really does.
I mean, truly, get in the gym. It's not going to just help your body, but your whole shit's going to be more confident.
So here it is. He's apologizing to families over social media harms.
They're here. You're on national television. Would you like now to apologize to the victims who have been harmed by your product? Show them the pictures. Would you like to apologize for what you've done to these good people?
I'm sorry for everything that you've
You can't hear him. He's not speaking into the mic.
He said,
but he says,
I'm sorry for everything you've gone through. It's terrible.
no one should go through what you've gone through.
No one should have to go through the things that your families have suffered. And this is why we invested so much and are going to continue doing industry-leading efforts to make sure that no one has to go through the types of things that your families have had to suffer.
So
He just doesn't even seem that fazed by it, though. He's like, go ahead, apologize. He's like, okay. He just turns around and he's like, we're sorry.
So these senators are pushing for this thing called the Kids Online Safety Act, making it, and the Stop CSAM Act. I don't know what that stands for. Nobody knows. Making it easier for victims to sue. And that second act is going to make it easier for victims to sue these tech companies. But it isn't, so real fast, it is interesting.
Very fast.
Meta's being sued by dozens of states for failing to protect children from the addictive nature of the apps, and in a separate suit in New Mexico for promoting underage accounts to predators. First of all, how do they know, if they know who these predators are, fucking don't let them use the websites?
Well, it's all. Ted Cruz was asking about all this stuff, and he was like, because basically what happens, it's kind of like when you search for Paypigs Pod, you get a thing, and it says you're about to look at something
naughty,
pornographic, that might have to do with trafficking, anything like that. And you'll have two options: get resources or see anyway. And Ted Cruz was like, now why the hell would you have the option to see anyway? And Mark Zuckerberg said, because sometimes we're wrong.
Damn.
Which they are wrong in our case.
Yeah.
We are not
great example
offering those kind of things, but we also don't want to be lumped in with that. So we're...
Well, and also, yeah, if you're a predator, maybe you're putting in your information that you're a fucking 17-year-old girl, and it's going to show you what a 17-year-old girl wants to look at, whatever that is, fashion shit and other young people.
Yeah, you know how 17-year-old girls like fashion shit.
Well, what do they like?
Fashion shit.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. So this...
What are your guys' favorite fashion shit? We don't really know that much.
Depop. It's all Depop and fucking...
But comment below with your favorite fashion shit.
Yeah. Me, I'm all about these plain white t-shirts. You know me. So part of this Kids Online Safety Act is that these platforms they must provide minors or their parents with safeguards like settings that restrict access to their personal data, which is huge. Obviously, like, so you can't sell their personal data or use it to, I don't know, show them shit, because that lends itself to their next thing. They would also have to disclose specific information, including details regarding the use of personalized recommendations and targeted ads. It would also give tools to parents to supervise their use of the platforms, something I think we can all get behind. They would refrain from age-restricted ads like tobacco and alcohol, and they would also have to put out annual reports on risks of harm to minors from using the platforms. And the company, so these, I don't know about you, but I look at that and I'm like, yeah, that all makes sense. That seems good to me.
From what I've understood about it, the people are a bit annoyed with this whole thing because it seems like another easy grab for like censorship. You know, the whole TikTok thing, it's all this drama about the CCP and them collecting data and all this shit. I don't think they're actually worried about protecting children. I don't even think they're going to do anything. That's what was so weird about watching it. They were asking the CEOs to commit to supporting this, and it's like, you guys are the politicians. Fucking regulate it or don't. Why? Like, what is this?
That's a good point.
Like, Mr. Zuckerberg, will you commit to supporting it? It's like, do you support it, bitch? Then then
Last I
regulate it.
checked, he's not in charge of making the laws,
It's
man.
Fucking.
Maybe he means like, will you commit to at least doing something without us having to force your hand to do so? In which case, the answer is a resounding no.
No, well, that's not what he would say though. Because they are all coming down there and being like, we're investing tons of money into this, we're putting more employees on this. Like Linda Yaccarino was talking about that story.
She was yackering her Reno all the way down on that fucking Senate floor. Just like that guy yacked that other guy's Reno.
But they all say, we're building out teams.
Yeah.
We're moderating, but they're not moderating anything. They're like building these AI programs so they don't have to have any responsibility around this, because it would be absolutely impossible to have people comb through all this and make sure it's safe for people. And that's did you see the Amazon thing where they're basically trying to decide whether or not Amazon will be reclassified as a distributor or a marketplace? Because right now they're like a marketplace, and that's they're obviously
like
different.
eBay.
Yeah, but they're obviously different social media companies, but it's all the same thing where like there's this Section 230 where social media companies don't have to be responsible for the things that are published on its site. And it's like a very similar thing where Amazon has become labeled as a marketplace rather than a distributor, which would come along with much more regulations, and they're fighting.
Because they'd be responsible for every single product that goes out.
Obviously, there have been a lot of issues with stuff coming off Amazon. The Wall Street Journal did a whole thing like in 2019 and 2020. They said like the Consumer Safety Agency began investigating Amazon in 2019 after a series of articles in the Wall Street Journal chronicled how Amazon's marketplace side of its retail operations had sellers distributing dangerous and mislabeled products such as children's toys, lacking proper choking hazard warnings, motorcycle helmets that failed safety tests, and children's toys that contained lead levels exceeding federal limits.
Hell yeah.
In 2021, the commission sued Amazon for distributing unsafe products from sellers on its website, which handles logistics to third-party sellers. They cited 3 specific products in that suit: children's pajamas that failed flammability tests, a carbon monoxide detector that failed to detect carbon monoxide, hair dryers without the required shock protectors in the plug. And so they just found individuals were reselling items they found in the trash on Amazon and delivering them through its fulfillment by Amazon
Jesus
business,
Christ.
which stores and ships products from many third-party sellers.
I mean, that's very funny, but
so all of these things, these big companies basically get to like skate by and be like, no, what are you talking about? We're just running this platform where everyone gets to log on and use, and we have no responsibility for that. So you guys can just, I mean, dude, I was joking about it last week, but trying to use Facebook Marketplace just to sell some furniture is like the most... I'm like, I'm gonna.
Hi, is this item still available? Hi, wondering if item is still available.
It's a wonder I haven't gotten.
I will actually offer you twice as much. Do you accept? Do you accept?
So tempting.
Yeah, and it's clearly just like, this is a scam. But what is it?
And they're like, I'll pay you today.
Yeah, I'll pay you right now. I'll pay you I'll pay you now. I pay you twice as much now.
But yeah, I'm sure I've had my identity stolen just trying to sell a fucking couch.
What is you Venmo? I send you right now.
Yeah, and then
give you a code. Tell me what the code is.
But that's the thing. They do no fucking. There's no vetting process. There's no nothing. They're just like, sure, log on and fucking.
Yeah.
Start
Go buck
scamming.
wild. Good luck.
Scamming.
Good luck out there. Yeah, that's what. See, we're a couple of old heads, a couple of old internet heads, where we're used to the landscape of scams and scam artists and everything being. I remember applying to a job in like 2006 off Craigslist or something like that.
Weird.
Where it was someone looking for a driver.
Yeah.
Just like I'm a wealthy diplomat and I'm gonna be in town and I need a driver to drive my wife around for a couple days. I'll pay you like $1,000 a day. And I thought I know how to drive.
And I get to fuck his wife.
I'm a fucking great driver, and I get to fuck this diplomat's wife. Hell yeah! And so I reach out. I reach out, and they're like, "Okay, actually, we're gonna send you $1,200 a day. How does that sound? We'll pay you in advance."
That's
and I'm
way
like,
better.
I'm like, buddy. Sure. Okay. What's your address? We'll send a fucking mail or a money order right now. And they sent me like $5,000, and I'm like, okay, Thank God I was a smart kid because I went to my dad and I was like, hey, some internet person just sent me $5,000 for a driving job I haven't even done yet. And he goes, that's a scam. Rip it up. I was like, okay.
I got one of those letters too.
Cool. Yeah. And which is all the more surprising to me when I see that like things like the TikTok shop and buying things off of Instagram sight unseen still works and it works better than ever for people. What are you looking at?
I was
pulling up
Can you relax? I'm trying to fucking add to what are you looking at?
I thought you were like,
my God,
someone offering your fucking couch. What is this?
Well, so that was the I do think I lost some guy who was real because I was fighting so many scams. But as soon as someone says Cash App, I'm like, nah. So he said, let me see if I can get a van. Only way to transport in the rain, I can pay by Cash App. And I said, I don't have Cash App. It has to be Venmo, Zelle, or Cash. And he said, address. And I'm like, okay, if people are like serious about it, I'll give the address.
Yeah.
But I don't want to. So I said, I can give you a nearby address until you're confirmed buying it. Don't want to give my address out to a bunch of people. And so I gave him a nearby address of a business. And he said, tell you what, you deliver it. You don't have to. If you deliver it, you don't have to worry about giving your address. I'll pay you when you show up and the unit is on the sidewalk. And I was like, he's pissed. I'll just find someone else. So I said, all good. I've got another buyer. Thanks. And he just said, you don't have shit. You're a dumbass playing around.
He said that to you? You don't have shit. You're a dumbass playing around. Oh, that rocks.
I'm sorry. I did want you to buy, but I didn't know.
You should write him back and say like, hey man, this is really funny. I am really sorry. I thought you were a scammer. As soon as I see Cash App, I got to hand it to you. It's a really funny thing for you to have said. You're a dumbass.
It's just Scam City out there.
Oh, it's Scam fucking Central. It's terrible. Well, you know who's not who's not getting scammed is Meta and their fucking shareholders. They just it's incredible. Just a year ago, Jim Cramer was crying on TV because they had a bad earnings report, and he was saying, I don't know what to tell you people. I feel terrible. I recommended this stock and it's cratering, and I've lost all trust in the management and blah 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 blah, and it's fucking quintupled since then. They just had a blowout earnings, their biggest. They posted the biggest single day market cap gain in stock market history.
And right at their 20th anniversary, right?
Yeah, their company, the company grew by $205 billion because of what the stock did. $205 billion in a single day. And they announced a 50-cent dividend going forward. So every quarter, however many shares you've got, cut that in half, and then you get that as a cash dividend, which means Mark Zuckerberg.
Explain one more time for us.
So if you have 1,000 shares, you get 50 cents per share. So $500. Or if you have fucking 350 million shares like Mark Zuckerberg, he's getting fucking $700 million per year. Yeah, man. So these fucking kids, they're all not safe on the internet. You should just make a law where you can't join social media until you're 18. Boom, that solves everything.
I don't think I had Facebook until I was 18.
I didn't have Facebook until I was like 22 or 23. I remember being a Luddite about Instagram. And I was like,
dude, I didn't get Instagram until, way later.
I don't want to do this. Honestly, God damn it.
I was like, I don't want to fucking see more pictures. Who fucking gives a shit?
But then I was on the freeway driving home from work, and I was in traffic next to a school bus, but it said cool bus on the side.
And you were like, that needs to be on there.
I was like, that's funny.
Because
I know what I'll do.
Bus?
I'll take a picture of this that says cool bus. But it was intentional. It wasn't like a couple of the letters had been scraped off. It was in like a cool font and everything.
Oh, that is worth it.
And I took a picture of it, and then I was like, I can make it look like old timey. So I made it look old timey.
But that's the thing. Like that's what I'm talking about before. Like I think this is gonna happen more and more with like the opting out. But it's a shitty. I tried to get off Instagram. I was off it for.
Dylan was off of it for a while.
Yeah. I was off for 2 years, and it's like, it feels good because you're not experiencing this bad thing you hate, but it also is isolating when social lives like do revolve around it. Like we have friends in common who will just, when it's their birthday or whatever, they'll just post a thing to close friends and be like, here's where the party is. Like, just come. And
yeah. Well, now you get a party. Now you get a party full invite. It's that website, Partyful.
I don't think I get those.
Oh man, fucking loser over here.
I get them all the time.
It's you get a text message. And,
I did just go. I did just.
And it's like, oh, RSVP to a thing, and then it shows you a website.
Right.
So you don't have to do the whole fucking, I don't know, Instagram thing. But yeah, I feel the same way. I sometimes if I
so it's pick your poison. Be a lonely ass fucking loser without a Instagram or feel sick all the time from social media.
Comparing and despairing. Oh, that's my big thing. Also, the worst thing, it's just anybody. The worst thing was a few years ago when
17-year-old fashion stuff girls?
Yeah, I wish I was them. Goddamn, doing fashion shit. If I were a 17-year-old girl, I would probably be on like suicide watch. Because I'd just feel...
But nothing to do with social media. Just because your boyfriend just left.
If they had Instagram when I was in high school, and I think they might have. No, they didn't. But the worst thing we had was MySpace. And I just, I honestly don't know how. The state of my mental health was already in the shitter because of MySpace.
Really? MySpace?
Oh, yeah.
I never had one.
Oh, lucky you. All it took, and this is what I was just going to say about...
I don't know what people were doing on there, though. I remember they would make their page look weird, and they would put music on it.
Yeah.
But, like, you couldn't bully people, could you?
It's not that. It's that, of course you could. You can bully anyone any way.
But it wasn't
you
like...
You can bully someone by mail. You could write a letter and call him a piece of shit.
True.
Say, if I were there, man, I'd fucking punch you in the head. But... no, the thing that I experienced back then is still something that I'll experience every so often on Instagram and it's probably just me, and I'll be the first to say it's a reflection of my own insecurities of either I'll see someone and be like a guy that I've never seen before, and I'm like, oh,
well, he makes you feel inadequate?
This guy's so cool.
Well,
oh, man, he's doing so much cool shit.
Is he a famous guy? Or
I don't know. Whatever. He could be quasi-famous or famous in a mysterious way where I'm like, what does this guy do? How does he have money? Oh, he's like, the worst is when he looks like me, but like the better version of me.
You found that guy?
Oh, yeah. I've seen so many of that guy.
You know what's the worst is my DMs are full of those. They're like, this looks like a hot you. Fuck you.
Oh, God, fuck. But I can't tell you how many times, especially if I'm high and I'm just like feeling bad about myself and looking at some guy and I'm like, he's like effortlessly funny and cool. And he's got like, oh, look at his fucking girlfriend is hot or whatever. Or like, look at all these. He's got such a great looking circle of friends who all like are fucking cool and shit. And
this guy's got a perfect Instagram profile.
This guy's fucking perfect.
He's doing funny videos. He's posting.
No, he's not even doing funny videos.
Oh, he's not even.
He's just being effortless.
You could just tell he's.
You can tell he doesn't even think. He's just like, I'll fucking put this up there. Like,
he's
of course he didn't think about it.
He's not even thinking before.
He's not thinking twice, man. He's not overthinking it, which is in itself.
He's not getting high going, I shouldn't have posted that.
He's not getting high looking at my shit going, damn, this guy's fucking awesome. He's not even checking my shit.
I think
he's got bigger fish to fry. He's got other shit going on.
I wish we had an example.
I wish I did too, man. I really wish. Oh man, he's like a fucking, I don't know what he's doing. He's like somehow he produced this movie or something. He's friends with that guy? How? Oh, he's at this fucking cool party?
Dude, get off his page.
Yeah, I know. I can't stop comparing.
We got to block this guy.
But you know what feels nice? I'm probably that guy for some guy out there, maybe.
That's honestly a good point.
But also, if I am that guy to you, fucking don't worry, dude.
I'm miserable.
It's not that, but just...
But that is the thing.
It could always be worse. And you there's always someone that you could compare yourself to and be like, I wish I was doing that. That's why I don't say no to... Well, I say no to a lot of things, but like I had the chance to go to China and I'm like, all right, you know what? Fuck it. I'll go. Why not?
I could get some pictures and I could post them to Instagram and some guys might look at my
some
thing
guys
and
gonna go,
wow.
He go to China? How?
How's he go to China? He's got a girlfriend. He's got friends. He goes to China. Who's he know in China?
Who is this guy? How does he know that Chinese guy?
That guy looks extremely Chinese.
I know him from a stock trading room I was in, okay? That's how. I'll tell you all my secrets.
No, don't tell them.
No, I'll tell you all this. I'll reveal it all.
I want them to sit at home going, how does he do this?
You want to know? I'll tell you. In fact, that's what I should put in every fucking caption is like, here's what I was thinking. Here's what I was thinking here. This will make me look cool. But that's the thing.
That'll work.
Man.
It is actually so funny because I was just...
but then if you do that and it's too much, it's like, oh, you're trying too hard to be cool. You're trying too hard to be on the news. Go
I
ahead.
was just with a friend and they were... him and his wife were on vacation before I had seen them. And I was like, dude, how was it? It looked so sick, blah, blah. And he was like...
You said blah, blah?
Yeah. And he was like... We actually left early. And I was like, why? And he's like, it was miserable. We stayed too long. We got sick, blah, blah. I was like, dude, from the pictures, it looked like you guys were having the best time. He's like, I know. And I even said to my wife, why are you, don't do that. We're having a bad time. And she's like, what else are we going to do?
Yeah. Well, you could post it and be like, actually, contrary to how beautiful these pictures are, we're having a very good time and we came home early.
It's just very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is.
I can't let this trip go to waste.
You know what's funny to me is that we all kind of collectively occasionally talk about how we only put our best foot forward on social media and we only present the best, coolest parts of ourselves, and that feels kind of disingenuous and fake, right? But then the flip side of that is if you post yourself having like a mental health episode, it's like, what are you doing?
Ew, cringe.
Yeah, ew, cringe. Don't do that. What are you doing?
We don't like it when you do that.
Yeah, we don't like that. It's like, oh, come on.
Yeah. Right. Any cries for help? Bad. We don't like.
Or not even a cry for, well, yeah, if it's an overt cry for help, it's like, okay, I don't know.
I don't think I've ever done that. I think
I have. I've tweeted some shit where someone texted me and was like, are you okay? And I'm like, I should delete that tweet. This was years ago.
I've never done that, but I've also, I think when I'm posting, like I posted some stuff from the trip this summer. It's like stuff from Mallorca, having the time of my life.
Uh-huh.
Us in London, time of my life.
Yeah, yeah.
If I didn't feel, I wouldn't be like, I'm going to make it look like I'm having a sweet ass time.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the time I'm just trying to post, hey, I took a picture of this, or like, here's a picture of me at this place.
Here's more fashion stuff, girls.
Here's more fashion shit for you 17-year-olds. Enjoy it. Check out my Depop. What's the guy's version again? Deluxe or something? Grailed.
Grailed is for boys.
Depop is for girls. Yeah, God.
Fuck it up.
Fashion is just so exhausting to me. I'm just, I can't. I mean, I know that I could do better, but at the same time, I'm like, why? For who? I just want to be comfortable.
I'm like kind of the same where I don't care that much about it, but like I'm getting to the point where as an adult, I'm finding everyday life is fine, but I'm finding there are certain events that I have to go to where I go, oof, I need to look okay. Get some better.
Yeah.
Because anytime they're like, don't wear jeans, I'm like, but then what do you want me to do then?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Oh, you mean, so you want me to wear shorts?
And I'm like, I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's happened like multiple times in the past few months, and I'm just like, fuck. And then there's like khakis, and you're like, okay, I just look like a
Tucker Carlson
dad at a golf tournament.
Yeah, or like a frat guy.
Like, that's not the vibe. So
Yeah.
I feel fine about any casual stuff, but outside of, just if I can't wear jeans, I'm toast.
Yeah. Speaking of toast, I think this episode is just about cooked. Am I right? Well, folks, join us in the very first bonus episode on the new website.
Yes, we're very excited.
And also, it's going to be on Patreon too. But don't sign it. If you're subscribing to our Patreon, don't. Because that's what's kind of frustrating. Is there's going to be people who are signing up for the first time, but it's fine even if you do,
right? Because you'll get
a free month on the new thing anyway,
and it's the same fucking price.
Yeah, same
but
everything.
It's such a better experience. Don't go to the Patreon. If you're on the Patreon, come switch over. It's fucking so easy to sign up.
Yeah, but we're gonna be talking about a lot of China shit. I'm gonna be talking about China. And then
we're gonna do the very first episode.
Very first
episode, starting off with a song.
Oh yeah, wow. Ooh, I think I know exactly what song to do. Okay, so anyway, Thanks, everybody.
We will see you in there.
We'll see you in the bonus.
benandemilshow.com. If that's too confusing, just type benandemil.com. It'll come up. We'll be posting it everywhere. We love you. Goodbye.
Thank you.